Hey guys, Blademaster here again, and you're watching the Wolf of Remus Total War channel. And this is another friendly match I've got between me and GBrothers P. In this one, I'm playing as Tylis, and he is playing as the Arverni. And we are playing this in the snow, and this is the map of Ascaucalis, I think. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. But it's a fun match, and I just decided to put the snow on just for shits and giggles, basically. Um, so what have I got? I brought Tillis and I've brought three mercenary Thracian Peltas. I brought three total, three total noble horse, and two raiding horsemen. I've got an Oathsworn general and one tribal warrior next to him, and then I've got two Gallo Thracian infantry on his sides. And finally, I've brought a line of five Thracian warriors at the back. So three of them will be used to help out the infantry, and two will be used against cavalry. At least that's my intention. Let's see how it goes later. In terms of what he's brought, a very strong build. He's brought a total of five chosen swords and two naked warriors, and these form his infantry regiment. He's also brought two Celtic youths. And for his cavalry, he's brought a total of five heavy horse and two noble horse. So he's got a superiority in terms of, well, I wouldn't say infantry, but he's definitely got a superiority in terms of cavalry. The one thing you have to look out when you're playing with against Tillis is the fact that they have no melee cav, or sorry, no mid-tier melee cav. They have noble horse, and they have these raiding horsemen who are pretty cost-effective javelin cavalry, and they also have Thracian warriors who are always really good as spear units or perform the spear role very well. Well, the battle's already started, and I've charged one of my noble horse into his heavy horse, and they weren't countercharging, so they were basically braced for it. Meanwhile, he's brought his noble horse over here to rear charge or to try and flank charge my Thracian warriors, which is always a good move, and they'll start dropping very quickly now. But over here, it's not going so good. I've caught his charge with my Gallo Thracians, and I've brought my Thracian warriors behind them to attack. And over here, while he has the number superiority in terms of melee cav, I've got a raiding horseman showering javelins, and I've got a Thracian warrior behind. And I've also got a mercenary Thracian Peltas who's just going to fire in this general area, somewhere around here, I believe. Get the flanks done as quick as possible. Over here, his noble horse did make my Thracian warriors waver. Let's see how many kills they've got so far. 17 kills on cavalry, which is amazing. And to the people who say that Thracian warriors are not overpowered, that's just retarded. I mean, these guys cost 420, and they're some of the strongest, most versatile units that you can get. They aren't even as susceptible to charges as Falksmen are. Like, if you get... Okay, Falksmen I can understand. They're not OP, like, they can do a bunch of casualties, but they also rout very quickly if you can get a charge. But it's not the same case for Thracian warriors. These guys actually withstand charges, except against charges from, like, noble horse and stuff like that. So you can't expect to to front charge them with mid-tier melee cav and expect to win that engagement, which is retarded, because like mid-tier melee cav are like 800 cost, and these guys have no armor and no melee defense, so they should fall and rout immediately to cav charges. So whatever, that's besides the point. What's going on in the battle? Thracian warriors are helping out in the regular, just the general battle. My Oathsworn general obviously is doing amazing, 86 kills, and I haven't even popped the headhunt on him. I have popped it now, I believe. Yeah, probably a good time to pop it anyways. Thracian warrior is doing decent over here, but the naked warriors would probably rip them apart. The heavy horse getting into my mercenary Thracian Peltas. One really good thing about these Peltas is they can hold out for a while. They don't have the best melee stats among skirmishers. I think the Dacian heavy skirmishers probably have better stats than them, or the Thracian heavy Peltas, I don't know, one of them. But they are very, very capable skirmish units. And raiding horsemen doing a decent job so far, being like a distraction, and showering javelins on enemies is always a good way to kill them. Thracian warriors on this side getting a hold of his Celtic youths, and then I think I'm going to send my noble horse to rear charge his infantry. Since a lot of them are mid-tier infantry, they're not going to withstand a rear charge as well as Oathsworn would. So that's a good thing in my favor. Over here, obviously, Thracian. I sent another Thracian warriors to help out after the initial one got charged at and routed, and so this flank is definitely going in my favor. I've also got raiding horsemen who are not done firing javelins, and so I've basically mopped up both sides of the flanks. Um, in the main infantry engagement, his chosen swordsmen, unfortunately, they just won't match up to Oathsworn. Um, Over here, tribal warriors doing subpar job. I don't like them, and I don't like Gallo-Thracian infantry. Also, they're among the worst mid-tier barbarian infantry that you can get. Possibly the chosen swordband may be worse than them, but I mean it's a close call. None of them are really good for the money. I just brought them because I needed infantry to fill in the gaps. Over here, Thracian warriors were about to get a rear charge on his infantry, but he wisely charged them with his noble horse. And these guys will get a lot of kills. Sorry, the noble horse will get a lot of kills. I just don't think it's if it was a mid-tier cavalry, they certainly wouldn't have fared as well. Over here, Thracian Peltas, who did a really good job, are going to attack the chosen swordsman in the rear. And this is not the smartest move on my part, but it's just going to help rout them that much quicker. And I think I have a Warcry. Yep, I have a Warcry General. So I don't know if I've already used it, but if I could, I would probably use it now, since they would rout very quickly. Over here, my noble horse have been freed up, and just using that maneuverability to my advantage, just charging his units whenever possible. Mopped up the rest of his skirmishers, and now it's just going to lead to a mass waver slash rout. Oh, and this is where it gets interesting. I don't know if the replay desyncs, but what is about to happen here is that a large number of my units are going to waver. Yep, that's what is happening. This is so infuriating. Like, I think this is the new balance system which is coming into play. But yeah, it was just like one unit after the other started wavering and routing. It's just insane. Meanwhile, none of them even got any kills or anything on the noble horse, or neither did the noble horse get any, because they all just started wavering and started routing at the same time. I talked about this in my previous video with Piro, and this is just a little bit more proof that something needs to be fixed really soon, and I'm sure this would cause so much fury in like competitive play, where most matches are almost always extremely close, and with the mechanic that is clearly broken as this, that would just lead to a bunch of just a bunch of people who are going to get really pissed. Anyways, that's the end of this battle, guys. A snow battle, so something a bit out of the ordinary. One of these mercenary Thracian Peltas did absolutely incredible, but the other two didn't. In general, my raiding horsemen did a much better job. That's why I think Javcav is a better deal to get instead of Peltas. The exception would be like light Peltas who have a ton of ammo. So that's probably the main difference maker. Instead of that, I'd probably just get Javcav. So with factions such as Carthage and stuff, I'd probably just end up getting Nomadian Cav instead of Libyan Peltas. Anyways, my Oathsworn did really well. Thracian warriors, as usual, for 420 cost units, they did amazing, except this one Thracian warrior which got charged by the noble horse. Gallo-Thracian infantry didn't do great, and the tribal warriors, as expected, didn't do great. His mid-tier swords all did really well, except for one chosen swordsman. I don't really know what happened to him. One of the naked warriors did absolutely brilliantly. 240 kills with the double chevron is amazing. And one of his noble horse as well did really well. The heavy horse didn't do as well as it could have. His mistake was that he just ended up getting bogged down, or just like blobbing his heavy horse, trying to force my noble horse to rout. If he had some spear backup, that would have been better. If he could have just used a spear to blob up, and then used his extra cav to attack my Thracian Peltas and my Thracian warriors, etc. But that's the end of this commentary, guys, and I'll be back with more Total War action. And until then, stay tuned.